a pleasure for me to be here today. This is actually my first official speaking engagement since I became mayor, and I'm proud and honored to be that it's LCR. LCR endorsed me in my election, and I'd like to say thank you for that. And I've been a member for 10 years or so. So I'm glad to be here today, and glad that LCR is my first official public speaking engagement as mayor, which has not even been 30 days yet. I was sworn in on the 14th of February, and so it's been like a tidal wave. There has been very few free minutes for me on all the days that I've been meeting with staff. There are several problems that the city's currently engaged in that I'm working on, and hopefully we can find some, and you'll be hearing about some of them in the near future. None that I can really talk about in today's meeting, but it just taking a lot of time, and time that you don't, as a council member, you don't see. I knew that Mayor Ridenhour put a lot of hours in, and he was a very dedicated and hard worker for the city of Modesto. I hope to follow his example in that case. My first kind of unofficial speaking engagement was yesterday, actually. I went to La Loma Junior High School. I was asked to, I've got like 3 or 4 more schools I'm going to in the next month. So I went to La Loma Junior High. They have a leadership, they call it a leadership class. It's really for kids that need some help. and what was interesting, I went to La Loma Junior High. And so one of their questions, they had a whole list of questions for me. There were about 19 kids in the class, at-risk kids, and they were kind of asking about, was I on the school, was I a school, you know, like a school officer, or I said, if you look in my yearbook, there's no most likely to succeed there. I had a regular path to the counselor's office. I would have been in this class. And they like that, actually. And so I really worked on them looking at what their future is, looking that they won't have a good life if they don't graduate from high school. Talking to them about if you don't have plans when you graduate from high school, go in the military. Or do something that you get a chance to get yourself grounded. And so we had a nice talk. They had a lot of great questions, and so it was a very enjoyable day yesterday. One of my other non-official speaking engagements I've had so far was last Saturday. The Latino, I just know the LLDC, Latino Leadership Development Collaborative, with Roberto and Tony Madrigal are both kind of leading that to bring future leaders in from Latino community. And so I just wanted to attend and help if I could, and they asked me to come up and speak. And so one of the first things I said, are you turning this off here for a second? So one of the first things I said was, nobody reads the B anymore. and Judy Sly was in the audience. Boy, did I hear that. The truth being that I talked with her and with Mark Vacher later, and I said, I can tell you that if you go out into the community right now, 60% of the people in the community do not know who the mayor of Modesto is. I can guarantee 60. It might be 70 or 80, but I can guarantee you 60% do not know. And it's not that they don't read the B. They might get the B and have it, but they don't really get it in there. They'll look at the comics or the sports or the headlines. So if you're going to get your message out, and this is where I was really going. It wasn't an attack on the B. If you're going to get your message out, you need to get money, you need to have a whole series of ways to go out and talk to people. And that's what I was trying to get across. I really wasn't trying to attack the bee. So anyway, that was kind of my second one. And I am I told Tony and Roberto that I would speak at a future panel of theirs. And Roberto just gave me the date today, and I can make that date, by the way. So June 30th, they're going to be in Salida, right? In Salida Library. And so I've got that on my calendar, Roberto. And speaking of the library, Salida Library, the function that I went to at LLDC was at the library. My wife's on the, I don't know what it's called, Friends of the Library, Save Stanislaus County Libraries. We have a 1/8 of a cent sales tax coming up in June, and it is paramount. It is so important that we continue that. 87% of the funding of the library comes from that. If we do not continue with that, we will not have a library as it exists today. And I don't think that the economically disadvantaged people that can't afford to have a computer, the regular average citizens that go in and use the library. I am very surprised every time I walk in and the place is full, and we need our libraries. So my wife and I are actually hosting a function in the 21st at the original library, which is now the McHenry Museum, in support of the library. If you'd like information on that, it's a non-inexpensive fundraiser. So, but if you'd like to attend, let us know.
By the way, LCR did endorse that measure.
The sales tax, yes.
Yes.
That's an extension. It's not new. It's not a new tax. It's just continuing what you're paying today. So it's not adding anything to what you currently have as a burden. So I'm going to just talk just a little bit about some of the things that are coming forward with the city of Modesto, some of my plans. I'm not going to go into detail. I'd actually like to give a few minutes to ask questions, or just answer questions, for you to ask questions and for me to answer them rather than have any formal speech as such. One of my things that I believe that the city has not had, and something that we really need to do, and what I will do as mayor, is really a vision of where the city's going to go. We need to plan our 20 and 30-year future, and how do we get to that goal line, and what do we do today to start getting there. One of the things I don't believe that we've done a good job of, and it includes me being on the city council in the past, so I'm throwing darts over this way also. We have not had a cohesive, good marketing plan for the city of Modesto. The DID, the Downtown Improvement District, does their thing. The Chamber does their thing. The Alliance does their. Cities does theirs, and none of them do it very well, by the way. All of those groups, everybody that's job is to bring jobs here, everybody who should be focusing on the future of Modesto and why people should locate jobs here, have not worked together as a cohesive group to do that. And that is part of my plan, is to bring them together. Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Center Plaza, there's so many different groups who should be involved as a partnership with a cohesive one message of why Modesto. And that's part of my plan, is to bring all those groups together